I'd like to show you how to create a simple yet incredibly prolific edible hedgerow. Hello everybody, this is Farmer Pedro here at San Isidore Homestead and Permaculture, and today we're going to be working on a hedgerow like this one, an edible hedgerow. In this case we have black currants with an understore of yarrow that we have here. So we have a little bit of a guilt here. What is this thing useful for? Well, obviously it's an edible hedgerow, so you're gonna come and you're gonna harvest these things. And right now, where I'm standing, these blackcurrant bushes are loaded with fruit, so it's exciting that you can come here and pick, and actually we have enough to take to market this year, so that's a good thing. Another important function of this is that it brings ecological diversity. Perennial systems are stable systems. As I say, we have yarrow, we have this. These things tend to bring in beneficial insects, create an eco-diversity here that is important, that is going to benefit what we have on the opposite side, where we have the annual crops. Another function here is that this hedgerow also acts as a little bit of a windbreak, and so therefore protecting the crops that we have on the other side. But I thought I will share with you this basic concept. In our farm we integrate perennial systems along with annual systems. It's proven to work, at least for us, or at least at our scale. It's been beneficial and productive in the sense that we get these crops that really don't require a lot of work. Well, let me show you what I have on this wheelbarrow that is going to provide pretty much everything that we need for today's project. So we have some more yarrow that we're going to be putting, and so this I planted a long time ago. This is very easy to propagate, and what we're going to do is just break this big clump into smaller clumps and put them in the ground. Right now yarrow's in bloom, so it's not the best time to transplant it, but this thing is so resilient that it will do well. And so but this is a great time because all these pollinators, those beneficial insects, are in the area. They come, they stop by the flowers and they eat their things. So we're gonna be doing yarrow. On this spot I have a fig tree that I'm gonna put in the middle of the next hedgerow. That hedgerow is 50 foot long, which is what all of our garden beds are. And then here I have another clump of plants that I'm gonna put about 6 feet apart, and these are gooseberries. As you can see, as I say, this isn't the best time to transplant these things, but they're resilient, and you know, we have enough of this that if it fails we can always come and replace or try something else. So the beauty of this project is that once you have mother plants that you can get cuttings from and then propagate, especially if it's a good one, then you're getting free plants every year, right? So you just have to make sure that every year you propagate as many of them as you can, and then you end up with this abundance, right? And so things that you can plant around your property as you fit, or you know, they make great gifts. The next thing we're gonna put, and these are some, as easy as it gets, some mint that I just pulled the roots, and you know, and this thing usually takes very easily. So mint is a nice plant to have around. Mint has a scent that also seems to deter rodents and some of those things, so I'm gonna put some of that. Mint is something that I can never complain about. I'd rather mow over mint than over grass. We started the preparation of this area here back in the fall. The intention was that I was gonna come in the winter and plant what I'm doing today. Well, it never happened, but we can always come to it. But one lesson to learn is that you can never really leave soil unattended, especially bare soil. Why is that? Because some things will come and claim that space. So what we're gonna do now is get rid of those things that are coming or claiming this space, and then we're gonna put our plants that are going to create this hedgerow. Looking into the things that I've moved here already, I mean, there's some fascinating things. I see this black locust that came here. Ordinarily, I let black locust grow, and this is not necessarily a bad place for black locust, in that we're in the north side, so all the vegetable beds are on the south of this, so the tree won't create shade on that. My main concern, however, is roots. The roots of the black locust getting into the garden bed and stealing the fertility from it. So unfortunately, this little fella I'm gonna remove. Now I don't know how this guy got here, because it grew out of a root from it grew out of a root from another tree, from a neighboring tree. This must have been growing in the material, that compost and wood chips that we took in the fall to make this mound here, and so now it's forming here into a tree. I might actually take this and put it somewhere else on the property, or maybe not. We're blessed to have plenty of these things around, so I can always grow as many as I would like very easily. And so here we have another one of those that I'm going to remove as well, and here's another one. So anyways, first step is just cleaning up these guys. Well, we got this semi-cleared, good enough for what I need to do, and so I'm going to start planting that fig tree right in the middle here. So we do this quickly, nothing too elaborate. Time is an important thing, so we do this fast. So mostly what we have here is wood chips that we've composted for a few years, of a big pile. And in the fall we came here and we pile a lot of this thing. You can tell that it is already well composted, in that we have worms, and so we have all that fungal activity going on here. This is gonna be a great spot. I'm so excited. And so now this tree that we planted last year, cuttings from a fig tree, has some roots here that I want to preserve. So let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I got it out very easily. So excellent. Because that's the life of this tree here, right? Oh yeah, has that sweet smell of figs. So I'm gonna get that in. And so here we have it, a fig tree planted. Nice. So now I'm gonna do the gooseberries, and the gooseberries are gonna be about every 5 feet. just like any perennial system, it'll take a while to get established. It's a medium range. In 1 year, this is going to be in production. In 2 years, this is going to be mature. 2-3 years. And so, very little effort that goes into this. This is how easy it is to plant. And finally, we do mint. Mint's even easier. All you do is just get a little cutting, a little root, stick it in the ground. That's it. It hardly ever fails. It smells so good. Oh my! So pretty easy. And so we've turned 20 minutes of labor into years and years of abundance. If that isn't God's plan, we are grateful that we have this abundance of plants that we can propagate and create. More plants are going to feed people, are going to bring happy memories at the table, our table and many other people's tables, we hope. And so, and something that is going to also bring a lot of diversity here to the environment. It's going to provide a little bit of wind protection, those northerly winds, especially as we're getting into the colder months. There are crops that we will have on this side that will keep until later in the season, and so they'll benefit from this little barrier here, wind barrier here. And so hopefully we can harvest some of those things well into December or so. So how awesome is that? Praise be to God for allowing all of this. We're so blessed. And so here we have a new hedgerow in the making, starting today. Hopefully we'll get a little extra rain tonight, and that will bring in the moisture. There will be no irrigation in here, but this mound is pretty high, and it holds plenty of water. So all in all, great expectations for this strip of plants. And so I hope this is useful to you. I'm happy to answer any questions. Please drop your comments down below, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, may God bless you abundantly.